Hey Siri, can you create a poem on your own?
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with? I'd rather leave that to the professionals.
No, never mind.
Mr. Krabs making all those beeping sounds. Could it be that he's a robot? Nah.
It's a common theme already in movies, books, and TV series. Robots will replace humans. And in a post-apocalyptic world, artificial intelligence will become independent and will decide to no longer be subservient to the human creator. And for decades now, I think we are slowly being convinced that that is indeed a very realistic future scenario. Ever since the industrialization, globalization, and digital revolution became a strong combined force in the latter half of the 20th century, kitang-kita natin yung impact nun to humanity. Pwede natin ito tingnan into two ways. First, the positive. It surely brought economic prosperity and advancement across many industries. Machine helped us do more, do faster, and do better. But on the negative side, the global population developed a capitalist mindset that productivity and efficiency is the top priority, given that machines can help us do all of these things. At dahil doon, we set aside other things like environmental protection or our mental health self-care, which I discussed on a video above. Just click it here. But this video essay is mainly about skills. And during the time where the rise of machines is happening, the need for human labor became negotiable at best or completely unnecessary at worst. So from an assembly line, yung mga series of laborers na talagang hands-on sa mga ginagawa nilang trabaho sa factory or in a manufacturing hub, chine-check nila yung products isa-isa. But over time, some sections were replaced with mechanical arms, lalong-lalo na yung mga activities na that only require simple movements. Eventually, the skills that get replaced have increased because we are now creating better robots. From simple labor, nakakagawa na sila ng mga complex actions. It reached an alarming point na parang masyado ng madaming human labor ang napapalitan ng mga machines. Pero sabi naman ng mga fans of the robotic future, we should welcome this. Robots doing the mechanical labor, and humans should just focus on the kind of pursuits that only humans can do. For example, robots cannot have feelings. So maybe let's focus on that. So nandiyan yung mga industries like healthcare, hospitality, activities like interpersonal relationships, communications, genuine care. Hindi naman yun kayang gawin ng mga robots, no?
I am Grace. I am built by hands and robotics for awakening health. I can do all kinds of things for elderly people.
Also at reception, an almost creepy humanoid. Even a robot concierge.
What do you want to know? Check in, check out, breakfast?
Well, that didn't work. It's slowly happening. Robots are taking over. So I have to think. Let's go deeper into the human psyche. Ano lang ba yung tayo lang mismo nakakagawa? And my conclusion is the arts and creative expression. Mahirap gayahin ng robot kasi it's less about the physical action. This is more of inward. Its core is derived from human thoughts, feelings, and experiences. And kanya-kanya tayo ng subjective interpretation of what is artful, what is beautiful. And this is exclusive for sentient human beings. But there's already a growing trend of developing robots, artificial intelligence, machine learning programs that can potentially result to them creating their own art. An example of this is for poetry. A team of researchers from Microsoft and Kyoto University developed a poet AI. Yes, you heard me right. This very AI was programmed with algorithm that identifies the connection of a picture to a text and eventually learned how to use words, imagery, rhymes, and other languages to create its original poetry. And they put it to a test. Random people were shown with a series of poems, some made by humans, some made by the AI. Ano dito yung gawa ng tao at ano yung gawa ng AI? And the result, they had a hard time identifying which is which. An example of this is this one. The sun is shining. The wind moves. Naked trees, you dance. And in terms of visual art, the AI developed by Rafik Anadol creates vivid imagery at ang gamit lang niya, codes and programs.
He fed them through a machine learning algorithm that generates visual associations as it learns. When it sees multiple photos of the Statue of Liberty taken from slightly different angles, the algorithm interpolates information to help it create a moving, shifting image.
Machine looks at this information like a human being, but it's kind of more like a collective memories than a personal memories.
And there's also a robot that can sing, a robot that can dance, and a robot that can give you sexual pleasures. Hey, many say it's the oldest art form. Pero kalma lang, hindi naman to technically an original idea that a robot or AI generated on their own. Kailangan pa rin ng human input. It's either a code, an algorithm, or maybe a program. That's what I thought and that's what I've been holding on to. But many of the examples I shared earlier, meron ng scientific movements of wanting robots to develop sentience or an awareness of the feelings and sensations. And they can use this for creating art. Yung kaya na nila mag-isip on their own. And dapat din na tayo magulat doon. It's expected in the realm of science and technology. Scientists invent to make everything better, to explore the human limits, and to pursue excellence. That's why there's a big debate. Should we impede any existing attempt of developing technology that can give robots and machines the ability to produce their original artwork and creative expressions? Wait, teka, ano bang problema? Ba't mo sila pinagbabawalan? Di ba maganda if in a snap of a finger, a robot can create a nourishing poem for the soul, sing and entertain people ng walang kapaguran, accomplish a massive mural in just a few hours, whereas a human painter would take days to finish it? Well, true, it doesn't look as disturbing now or maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, but be imaginative. Let's say in the far future, a robot or AI becomes hyper-aware and can now be a true artist. How do you think will the creatives industry and the art space be impacted? Because maybe in the same way that human labor was easily replaced by machines, ganun din ba ang mangyayari sa artists, singers, dancers, and painters natin? If you look at the status quo, ngayon pa nga lang, freelancers are having a hard time to compete with well-established and famous fellow painters. What more pa kaya if you're against a robot? Na walang kapaguran, di nagrereklamo, di kailangan sahuran, they are never going to be a struggling artist. Would the appreciation of the arts diminish? Because people are impressed or become affected with creative expressions kasi nakukwento ng artist yung feelings niya through their own medium, whether words, voice, or movements. But if an AI is incapable to live a human life, I wonder how different will that be? Can they easily take away something inherent in human beings?
They can try, but they can't take that away from me.
And I know, malayo pa mangyari yung isang sentient AI, all the more na artist pa for that matter, but I do agree that we should stop any attempt to give them sentience pagdating sa creativity. At best, we can use them as tools na kailangan lang bigyan ng human input and human action for them to execute the art. But they should never be capable of doing it on their own. Why? Because the human race has always relied on art to progress, to get through dark times, to help express deeply seated sentiments, whether good or bad, positive or negative. The creation and consumption of art shape us to who we are now. And I think the very inherent elements of human existence that we experience, death, heartbreak, exhaustion, emotions, we use this for our artistry. That's basically the reason why we still study humanities and culture. Yung home strand, even if mas massively popular na ang mga tech and business-related courses and studies. So ito na lang, I think we've all seen the movie Wall-E. Imagine that similar world, that more than people forgetting what it means to do physical movements because robots can do all of this for them. What if people also forgot how to appreciate beauty and they also lose their own ability to create beautiful things? Ano pang matitira sa atin? What else can make us distinct from robots and AI? What can still make us unique and irreplaceable?
I know that song. They're, dancing. Yes, dancing.
Since time immemorial, the peoples of the past have been communicating with us through art. And we are slowly understanding, having a better knowledge of how the human experience was like at that time. At pinag-aaralan, ginagawa pa rin natin siya hanggang ngayon kasi it helps us to become better human beings. And if we lose that aspect of us, if we lose that kind of ability and appreciation, mas may hirapan na tayong makita and ma-visualize kung ano ba yung future for us. And I don't want the future of art to be, yes, efficient, but monotonous and losing the human soul. I think art in any form or in any medium is an expression of the human soul. And if we forgo that ability by favoring what's going to be faster and what's going to be efficient, what's going to be more lucrative at mas malaking bayad, edi parang binenta na rin, let go natin yung soul natin mismo. I don't want that to happen 50 years from now. Art is one of the souls of society. Marami yan na nakikita lang natin inherently for human beings. And if we are currently developing technologies that has the potential to go in that direction, then we are setting ourselves in a doomsday that we created for ourselves. What's worse than a Terminator version of doomsday is that when we are dealing with the war against the machine, there is no art to comfort us anymore because we have forgotten about it.
Command wants us to fight like machines. They want us to make cold, calculated decisions. But we are not machines. And if we behave like them, then what is the point in winning?
Hello everyone, I'm Andrew B. I write first the things I speak about here on my channel. And that's why my videos talk about creativity a lot. And I try to embed social issues in them. And if YouTubing is an art form, I hope you appreciate what you just consumed. It takes a lot of hours to produce this, from scripting to video editing to the SEO part. So I hope you can help a struggling artist like me get likes and subscriptions. So do watch my other videos. Links are at the end. And explore my channel. And why not read my other blog posts? The link of my blog can be seen on the banner just above. Thank you everyone for watching and have a great day. And keep on creating and sharing your art. Bye!